Dius Fidius is the Roman god of oaths, loyalty, and trust, a deity whose presence ensured the sanctity of promises and the integrity of sworn agreements. Closely linked to Jupiter, he was invoked in matters of truth and fidelity, reinforcing the idea that one's word was not just a personal commitment, but a sacred bond with the divine. His name derives from fides, the Latin word for trust and good faith, which was a foundational principle in Roman society. The Romans placed immense value on keeping one's word, whether in personal relationships, legal matters, or political agreements. To swear an oath was not just a formality. It was an unbreakable commitment that, if violated, invited divine retribution. Dius Fidius served as the guardian of these sacred vows, ensuring that those who made promises understood their gravity. Worship of Dius Fidius reflected his role as a god of absolute truth. Unlike other deities who were honored in grand temples, his worship often took place in open spaces or under roofs without doors. This emphasized the idea that oaths should be taken in broad daylight, under the watchful gaze of the heavens. Truth, like the sun, was meant to be seen clearly, with no shadows or hidden meanings. His connection to Jupiter further solidified his importance. While Jupiter was the supreme deity who upheld cosmic order and justice, Dius Fidius played a more specific role in ensuring that trust and honesty remained unshaken among mortals. In some traditions, he was even seen as an aspect of Jupiter, reinforcing the idea that the gods themselves were bound by the same principles they demanded of humans. The presence of Dius Fidius in Roman thought extended beyond religious practices. Roman law and politics were deeply intertwined with the concept of fides. Diplomacy, contracts, and legal agreements were not merely matters of written law, but were backed by a sacred obligation to honor one's word. Breaking an oath was not just a legal failure. It was an offense against the gods. Leaders, soldiers, and citizens alike were expected to embody this principle, and invoking Dius Fidius in an oath signified the utmost seriousness of one's pledge. While he was not one of the most widely known Roman deities, his influence was deeply felt. He served as a reminder that trust is the foundation of society. A civilization built on deception and broken promises could not last. The Romans understood this well, and by honoring Dius Fidius, they reinforced the belief that integrity was not just a personal virtue but a sacred duty. In a world where words often hold great power, the legacy of Dius Fidius remains relevant. Whether in politics, business, or personal relationships, the principle he represented endures. Trust must be upheld, promises must be honored, and truth must be visible for all to see. In this way, Dius Fidius continues to be a symbol of the unbreakable bond between words and actions, reminding us that honor is not merely an expectation but a divine obligation.